Hello there. In this video explainer, we are going to deal with the two-part analysis questions. Now, some of you might know that the two-part analysis question is also one of the 5 different question types of the data insight section that will be introduced in the GMAT focus exam, right? So what is this two-part analysis questions? Now, the two-part analysis question can test you either on your verbal skills, or your quant skills, or your overall logical understanding. So let's look at one of the sample questions and solve it and try to understand how it feels to solve a two-part analysis questions. Okay, so this clearly looks like a quant question, right? So you would have a prompt here where they would ask you a question and they would give you certain conditions, right? And then you will be having this section where there will be 2 columns given for you to choose the answer. And the third column is where they would put the options that you need to choose. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 options, right? And you can select only one option in each column. So you can say, for example, choose this and this. You cannot choose more than one. And again, like all other question types of data insight section, you will need to get both this and this correct in order to get a score in this type of question. There is no partial score available to you, right? Okay, let's read the question and try to solve it. The quasi-JX is a new car model. Under ideal driving conditions, the quasi-JX's fuel economy is E kilometers per liter. So fuel economy would be like mileage, right? Because it's also explained in kilometers per liter. When its driving speed is constant at S kilometers per hour. So speed is constant at S kilometers per hour. All right. In terms of the variables S and E, select the expression that represents the number of liters of fuel used in 1 hour of driving under ideal driving condition at constant speed S. So you will need to find liters of fuel used in 1 hour of driving. See, this is the question in the first part. So liters of fuel in 1 hour under driving condition at a constant speed S. Okay, let's deal with the first question. This is the second question. So how would you solve this question, right? So you have this information available to you. You see, with both mileage and speed, distance is common. So you would have to somehow correlate distance and, kind of solve this answer. So let's just try and see how to do it. The mileage is E kilometers per liter, right? That means in 1 liter, car moves E kilometers. Therefore, if we write it conversely, the car moves E kilometers in 1 liter. That means the car moves 1 kilometer in 1 by E liters. So it moves 1 kilometers. This is the 1 kilometer. The car would require 1 by E liters of petrol. Right? Now, see, for 1 kilometer, it would read 1 by E kilometers. So for S kilometers, it would read S multiplied by 1 by E liters of petrol. That is S by E liters of petrol. Now, why we are looking for S kilometers? Because it can drive S kilometers in 1 hour, right? And what we need to do is liters of fuel used in 1 hour. So if we can find how much petrol it needs to go S kilometers, that means it will be the amount of petrol the car requires to go 1 hour, right? So it is S by E. So S by E is our option. So this is the choice. Okay, so let's look at the second question. And select the expression. So 1 hour of driving under ideal driving condition at a constant speed s, and select the expression that represents the number of liters of fuel used in a 60-kilometer drive. Okay, that's pretty easy because we know 1 kilometer, right? In 1 kilometer, the car would will take 1 by E liters of petrol. This is something that we know from before, right? So 1 kilometer, if the car requires 1 by E liters of petrol, for 60 kilometer, the car will require 60 into 1 by E liters of petrol. That is 60 by E. So this is our answer. Okay, so these are not very difficult questions, but oftentimes it's a bit of a lengthy question. So how to solve these questions? Whenever you are looking at the prompt, you will have to plan how to approach this question. For example, when I looked at this question, I understood one thing, that the distance kilometer per liter and kilometer per hour is the correlation that is available to you. So if we are trying to find the relationship between the mileage and the speed that has been given there, I'll have to some way or the other connect it with the distance. So you plan it and accordingly approach the question, and then you will be able to solve it. Thank you.